Good morning, Calvary family, and any other of the church family out there. I want to say welcome to our 7 days of prayers. For the next 7 days, I invite you to join with me on fervently praying. I hope that you're ready to pray. I want you to get ready to pray because without prayer, our life is really impossible. If we want to change and we want things to change in our life, we need to fall on our knees and pray. So every day for the next 7 days, the next week, working up to when we get to meet in person on the 21st, we'll be focusing on a specific thing to pray for. To make it easier for you to remember, we're actually going to choose something that starts with each of the letter of prayers. Then you can remember it a little bit easier. At least that's how it works for me. So today, for our P, we are going to talk about praying for our pastor. It doesn't specifically have to be the pastor of your church. It can be a spiritual mentor that you have had. It can be somebody who's employed at the church, or somebody that when you think your spiritual journey, they have had a huge impact on your life. I know that when somebody comes up to me and tells me that they've been praying for me, it just fills me with joy. It makes me feel incredible to know that people are thinking of me and that they're praying for me, because that is really important. I think all of us can use all the prayers we can get, whether we're a pastor or whether we're not. So I'm going to give you 5 specific ways to pray for your pastor. Now, you do not have to pray for these 5 ways. You can just take the praying for your pastor and go off on your own. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a guide to start off with. First, pray for him or her to be encouraged in this time of uncertainty for the church. We know that God will reign and that God is mighty, and we're starting to come back and be able to worship in person again. But with everything that we have to follow, all the rules and regulations, just pray for them to be encouraged, knowing that they're doing what God wants them to. Also, pray for your pastor to have focus and wisdom for their teaching. For so long, we've been teaching via Zoom or via live stream that we haven't been able to preach or teach to a live audience. And just pray for them to have the wisdom and excitement to be able to preach to their live audience, because I know that's what we all long for. Third, pray for direction from God, for both the church and your pastor in his personal life. God has a plan, and sometimes all of us, pastor or not, try to hurry up the plan and make it go according to our timeline instead of God's. So just pray that your pastor and all the people in your church have the time and take time to pray for God's direction in their life and in their ministry. Pray for your pastor, number 4, to have courage and strength. It's going to be a trying time, figuring out people and figuring out who sits where and all of that. And just pray for for your pastor to have strength in that. Lastly, thank God for blessing you with the pastor that he has put in your life, because he knows what we need to learn when we need to learn it. And he puts that on our pastors' hearts. And he talks to us that way. Now, this is just a start of ways to pray for your pastor. You know your pastor personally, and you know there's other specifics that your pastor could use prayer for. But I ask you this today, for our P in prayers, to pray for your pastor, because we all need prayer, no matter where we are. Bye, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.